Hi, James Gurney here in the mountains above Steamboat Springs, and I want to stop and do a quick painting here of this little area of kind of nondescript pine trees. And what I like about it is just the massive, dark, shadowy trees, but the lighter dead tree, and then that one little baby tree growing up, and then just the view through to the far distance. So let's get going. Now, even though I'm painting natural forms, I want to treat them as carefully as I can, and so I take measurements just as I'd do if I was painting a scene of architecture. I do that by measuring a unit of length, the height of the small tree, and then comparing that to other landmarks in the scene. The drawing is really just a series of landmarks so I can find my way back to certain spots and know that the measurements are accurate. I'm using a small palette of gouache, just 6 colors plus white. And the first step is to tone the whole surface of the watercolor paper, because white will be a keynote in the design, the white of the snow. And in order to make the strokes look really white, I have to knock it down just a little bit. I paint the shadow of the snow a fairly dark blue. It's really a lot darker than the brightly lit white snow. And it's blue because it's picking up the blue of the sky. Into that, while it's still wet, I paint in some of the darks of the base of the trees. As I mix the color for the snow, I mix in a little bit of warm yellowish color to warm it up in relation to the cool of the shadows. Like a lot of trees in the wild, the base of these trees is crowded with vegetation, so that we only see views to the white distance of the snow through a tangle of hanging branches and growing young trees. Also, the delicate grasses are coming up through the snow, and as the day wears on, the warm weather melts the snow and we see more and more of the grasses. I then switched to some of the hanging foliage of these fir trees. It's immensely complex and there's a lot of depth, but I want to show the warm, lit branches in contrast to the cooler, shadowed masses. On the far side of this alpine meadow is a stand of grasses catching the warm afternoon light. I can paint the snow that's on the side of the tree just a little bit lighter than the snow that's in the shadows behind it. This is just a forgotten corner of the forest, but the more I look at it, the more it seems filled with mystery and magic.